This morning, a new fire is burning outside of Omak in Okanogan County. The latest overnight details just ahead.
68 degrees right now, definitely a mild day, but strong winds. We're talking about wind advisories and blowing dust advisories coming up in my forecast.
All 4 major league sports are back this week. We're taking a closer look at the adjustments each league has made to protect players and fans from the coronavirus.
There's $360 there.
Yeah, there's a new Facebook group in Spokane aiming to make more moments like this happen.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, there are no words, folks. It looks like Gardner Minshew is just as excited about the start of the NFL season as the rest of us. He wanted to let us all know that it's all coming back this Sunday. Yeah. I feel like we should just let this play for the duration of the whole video, Dana Marie. What do you think?
I love it. I'm dancing to it.
Yeah.
He's such a ham.
Love it. All right. Well, we also want to get to a number of other stories we're reporting for you this morning. We're going to check in with Dana Marie in just a second, but this morning we are also tracking multiple fires across the Northwest. Here's the latest information for you this morning. New overnight, a fire started near Omak in Okanogan County, where level 3 evacuations are in place this morning. Fire officials tell us the people in the Cameron Lake Road area need to evacuate now. You're looking at video right now that was sent to us from our viewer Daniel N. And according to the Okanogan County Emergency Management, the fire is burning near Cold Springs Road and Columbia River Road, burning southwest. They're also asking people to be cautious of emergency vehicles that are responding this morning. The Whitetail Loop fire has been 100% contained as of this weekend. According to the Idaho Department of Lands and Fire, crews were able to reach full containment on Friday. They will continue to mop up and begin rehabilitation of the dozer and hand lines. Patrols of the fire area will also continue. There may still be visible smoke in the surrounding area. The Evans Canyon fire continues to rage on this morning as it has now grown to more than 74,000 acres in central Washington. At least 6 homes have been destroyed and more than 900 people have been evacuated. The fire is 8 miles northwest of Natchez. Level 3 evacuations remain in place for all homes in the Yakima River Canyon. That means leave that area now. All of the other level 3 evacuations have been dropped to level 2. The Yakima River Canyon is now closed, including boat launches and campgrounds. And our sister station in Seattle spoke with the Commissioner of Public Lands at the site of that fire.
We are doing everything we can, bringing every single resource from our firefighters to aircraft.
Those resources include 21 aircrafts and more than 700 personnel from around the region, all fighting that fire, including several firefighters from Spokane. 900 people have been evacuated so far and at least 6 homes have been destroyed. The fire is estimated to be contained by November 1st. That is according to Southeast Washington Interagency Incident Management Team. It is worth noting this morning that so far that date is only an estimate. Many people have been forced to evacuate their homes from the Evans Canyon fire, including one woman who decided to do what she does best in a time of crisis, and that's cook for others. Kate Platt, the owner of Nana Kate's Cafe in Sela, says that she worked with the Red Cross on a plan to help feed others who need help.
When there's an emergency, this town pulls together just like a family.
Platt's home was saved in the fire, but she continues to make comfort food for those who need to be comforted. Spokane Fire Chief wants everyone to make sure that they are keeping safe right now while we have increased fire danger. He says to make sure that your lawn is watered, make sure that your area around your house is clear of debris, and you have a 30-foot space. And lastly, do your best to stay aware and make sure you're paying attention to other fires in your area. In case you receive a notice of evacuation, Level 1 means you need to make sure you're prepared. Level 2 means you need to be able to leave your property at a moment's notice. Level 3 means you need to leave immediately.
When we get to level 3, the chaos ensues and a lot of people are trying to leave at the same time. So the best place to be is definitely proactive.
There is currently a burn ban in Spokane County, so firefighters want to remind you that using fire in potentially dangerous ways could be subject to a fine of up to $1,000 or jail time. All right, let's take a look outside, checking in with Dana Marie Nickel. How's it feeling out there this morning?
It's definitely breezy, Joshua. We see a beautiful sunrise and mild temperatures for today, 68 degrees right now. But take a look at this board behind me. There is a lot of colors, so we're going to break it down in a little bit. But the yellow is a high wind advisory. The red is a red flag warning for high fire danger. What we're really looking at right now is wind. Look at these wind gusts in Spokane. 10 a.m. 32 miles per hour at 34 miles per hour at noon, and they really stay sustained all throughout the day. We're looking at 25 to 40 mile per hour sustained winds in the Moses Lake area, but there is a wind advisory in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene as well for today. So if you're driving along I-90, there is also a blowing dust advisory in that area, so that's also really important to note. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast in Spokane. So right now it's 68 degrees, a lot of sunshine for today. So although it's going to be windy, you're still going to have a beautiful day to spend outside. So maybe if you're on the lake, the winds are going to be really choppy. Probably not good for any wake surfing, maybe some kite surfing though. But also it's just going to be a really beautiful day. 67 degrees is really where you're going to see your high. Most of the area in the inland northwest is going to stay around 70s and 80s. Then I'm going to really give you your 7-day forecast, break it all down for you coming up because there is a lot to talk about weather-wise. And there's a massive spider on this green screen right now. And I'm going to send it over to you, Joshua, because I don't want to get any closer.
Be safe, Dana Marie. It's vicious out there.
It's vicious.
Now, if you didn't have enough reason to want to look to the skies today after that forecast, the Historic Flight Foundation Museum is paying tribute to honor hospitals and first responders for Labor Day. The foundation will host a tribute flight with a dozen planes that will sweep across the skies across our area. Also happening today, Washington candidate for governor Lauren Culp is hosting a victory protest rally in Liberty Lake. It's being held at the Appleway RV on East Cataldo Avenue. It's set to start at 4:30, and Culp held a large rally in western Washington last month despite statewide mandates against large gatherings. Culp is currently the police chief for the city of Republic. He is the Republican candidate looking to unseat Governor Jay Inslee. 6:07 now, time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Registration for the 2021 Ironman in Coeur d'Alene opens today. This is the first 140.6 mile distance event in Coeur d'Alene since 2017. The triathlon is 2.4 miles of swimming, then 112 miles of bike riding and a 26.22 mile run, all in one event. That date in Coeur d'Alene is June 27th. Registration is open on the event's website, and it costs $750. Spokane City Council is investigating claims that a man was arrested by officers in plain clothes. According to the claim, the officers refused to identify themselves, and the man arrested is the co-chair of Spokane's Democratic Socialists of America chapter. He was arrested ahead of the March for Jacob Blake on August 30th. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office carried out the arrest and told KREM that it was conducted legally. There's a new tip line for information on human trafficking in Spokane. The tip line is part of a partnership between the FBI and the Safe Streets Task Force. The SSTF is a combination of local, state, and federal law enforcement that focuses on investigating gangs, human trafficking, and other organized crimes. Anyone with information about human trafficking in our area should email inlandnwht@fbi.gov. By the way, that email listed for you right now on your screen. The orca, who mourned her dead calf for more than 17 days, has successfully given birth. We told you about the J-Pod orca just a few weeks ago, who had been pregnant again after gaining worldwide attention back in 2018 when she carried her dead calf over 1,000 miles. Well, she was spotted with her new addition to the family on Saturday. Not only is the new calf totally adorable, but a healthy orca birth is worth celebrating. Sea Life Response, Rehabilitation and Research says the majority of orca pregnancies end in miscarriages due to nutritional stress. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Let's take a look at what's trending today. A new Facebook group created to spread kindness in Spokane left one barista pretty shocked. Check it out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So there's $360 there.
That's Christina Allen you're hearing, giving a barista at Pilot's Coffee in the Valley a larger than average tip. So the money came from people on Facebook called, the group that Allen created called Tipping Spokane County. So the whole point of the group is to donate and raise money so that she can give it back to workers around Spokane. Each week she gets donations from members of the group and gives regular updates like the post you see on your screen right now. She's already raised more than $200 for this week's Lucky Spokane worker. And she says that she created the group just a week ago and it's already got over 500 members. She goes on to say that she created the group without any expectations, but the goal of changing lives in any way possible. She says we have such hardworking people in this town that deserve amazing things. COVID-19 has impacted the community in a big way and a lot has changed. This was the first video of what we hope is many to come. She thanks everyone who donated in the post and says she can't wait to see what more the group has done for the hard workers of Spokane. Dana Marie, I feel like I wouldn't know what to do in this situation. If someone gave me a $360 tip, I would be stunned.
You know, it's so grateful, and I just love that the surprise element of it, and also someone's not expecting it, and it may probably their whole week. You just never really know what that money can do to a person and their life. So I absolutely love this story. I think tipping our workers, especially many of them essential workers during this time, they deserve it. So what a cool thing. I love this.
And I think the popularity of the Facebook group, the fact that it's skyrocketed over 500 people already, speaks to how much people of Spokane really want to be giving.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
All right, coming up, tennis pro Novak Djokovic is out of the U.S. Open. After the break, what he did that caused officials to kick him out and what he is saying now. And protests in Portland have been going on for over 100 days now. Coming up in our next half hour, what one leader of those Portland protests says needs to happen next.
And it's windy out there for your Labor Day. Take a look at that American flag blowing. We're talking about high wind advisories and blowing dust in our area coming up in my full forecast.